Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the George and Sally Haddock Center here on the campus of Doane University for tonight's matchup between the York College Panthers and your Doane University Tigers. Doane and York, two familiar opponents, splitting games last year. York stealing a game here at home by 5 points, and then Doane going on the road to York and stealing that game by 9 points. Looking for a high-scoring game here tonight. We have pregame here for about 5 more minutes before press announcer Cody Vance takes over. Stick with us.
this men's basketball game between the York College Panthers and your Doane University Tigers. Let's meet the starters first for our visitors from York. 6'5" junior from Houston, Texas, number 0, Demaria Haywood. A 5'11" senior from Muskogee, Oklahoma, number 3, Tyrese Berry. A 6'4" sophomore from Duncanville, Texas, number 5, Keon Hoskin. 5'11" sophomore from Topeka, Kansas, number 13, Cody Bonner. And a 6'8" senior from Miami, Florida, number 24, Webster Simeas. The head coach is Trey Burks. Doane fans, on your feet, time to greet your Doane Tigers. A 6'1" senior from Omaha North, number 3, Anthony Larrabee. A 6'7" junior from Parkersburg, Iowa, number 4, Alec Oberhauser. A 6'1" senior from Lenexa, Kansas, number 5, Zach Witters. A 6'1" freshman from Lexington, number 23, Nick Size. And a 6'6" junior from Scribner, number 33, Ben Moxness. The head coach, Ian Keegan, assistant coaches, Joel Stryker and Shane Sweeney. Doane University is a member of the Asking to show respect for all players.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the Haddock Center. Here, Tate Missouri behind the mic, ready for some Doane Tiger basketball on a Monday evening. Thanks for joining us. Lineup still looking the same for the Tigers. Larrabee, Oberhauser, Witters, Size, and Moxness. The same starting lineup that got the Tigers the first one of the season against Sterling last week, as we're getting ready for tip-off here against the York College Panthers. This is York's first game of the year. A lot of returning pieces back for them this year. Look for a high-scoring game here as Doane's going to win the tip, and Witters is going to take the ball. Tigers off to a great start already, shooting 13 three-pointers last game, getting a bunch of steals. And that was a season-high 27 turnovers that they got on defense. A really good showing from them defensively. Larrabee takes it in, puts the floater up, no good. Witters still trying to fight it. He's going to give it back. Short J on the way, no good off the backboard, and York's going to take the ball. Look for a physical game here. A lot of key players from that York team a year ago, as Doane's going to sit in a 2-3 defense right now. And York just throws an inerrant pass. That's going to go out of bounds. And we talked a little bit pregame. York winning the first game against the Tigers last year by 5 points. Then Doane heads on the road to York, and they steal a 9-point game. So splitting the series 1-1 as Moxness takes down. He's going to get the steal stolen away there. Slow start for the Tigers. 8:53 left to go here. First half, Haddock Center. York pass around up top. That's what you don't want to have happen if you're Doane getting inside, as they have a definite size disadvantage down low. That's the thing, as you look across this Tiger bench and starters, there's not a lot of size besides Oberhauser, who gets it down low for the first 2 of the game. Would have been a 2-point field goal anyway. It looked like there was a little bit of a goaltending there at the end of the play. As Doane's going to put a little skeleton pressure now, and York breaks it. Easy pass down low, big body in there. Will be a miss by York. Larry pushing up the court, going to give it to Size. Size, pretty wide open lane. He's going to get the foul. Nick Size, a freshman from Lexington, going to go to the line to shoot 2 now.
Your foul on number 13. Kobe Bonner, first personal foul, first team foul. 2 shots for number 23, Nick Size.
Size first shot on the way is good. Second shot will rattle on home. Doan going to take a 4-point advantage here early on. Witters, Larrabee going to apply a little bit of a diamond pressure here early on. Sitting in that 2-3 is Doan. It worked pretty well against Sterling. Had that lead all the way up to 19 before Sterling got it within 2 with just 2 minutes left. Max Mason, a couple of key threes. Lets Doan seal out that first victory. Long 3-pointer on the way for York. That's going to be off the front of the rim. Witters with the rebound. Witters pressing up. He's got a lane. He's got Mox's 3-pointer on the way. You betcha. Mox's for 3. That'll cause York to take the first time out of the game. Doan 7, York 0. 17:40 left to go here in our first half. We'll take a break right with you. You're listening to the Doan Sports Network. (7-0) Doan Tiger lead here early on, first half from the Haddock Center. Doan so applying a little bit of pressure, not too up in York's grill yet, as York showing little signs of rust early on. First game of the season, there's going to be a 2-point basket there.
Webster
Simeus, the senior forward, 6'8". And now Doan's going to exchange with him. We're going to give him the ball right back. Here goes Barry. Barry's going to take it in. He's going to get fouled. Barry very quick with the ball. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2 here.
Zach Witters, first personal foul, first team foul. 2 shots for number 3, Tyrese Barry.
Barry's first shot on the way, rattles on home, bringing that Doan Tiger lead within 4 now. Barry's second one is good, 7-4. Now lead for Doan. You're going to go ahead and apply a little bit of pressure of their own as Witters is going to take over the point guard duty. He's going to pass it off to Larrabee. And they're going to break it pretty easily. Barry nipping away to give it. Larrabee instructing a little bit, trying to get a little screen action, get him out of some trouble. Size passing the ball in here. He's going to find Witters in the deep corner. Witters has got Oberhauser down low, posted up. Doesn't look at him. Witters driving in. A little bit too hot for Moxis, and there goes York. York 3-on-1. They've got numbers. And they will take the easy 2. Almost a bit of a travel there. Pretty high dribble for York. They get away with it. There's going to be a foul on York. York not afraid to play aggressive here in this first half. First game of the year, and they're ready for it. Again, 2 opponents pretty close in distance here. York just about 45 minutes here from Crete. 2 teams very familiar with each other as they play at least once a year. Witters being guarded by Barry up top. Still getting hustled, not making anything easy on this Doan Tiger offense to get started. And Barry's going to be called a little bit too much, and he's going to get in trouble, and I believe that's his second already. Excuse me, that's going to be Barry's first. That's one player you do not want to get in foul trouble if you're York. Aggressive defensive player in Barry. And York steals it right away. A little bit too easy for York here early on. York passing around up top. A little bit of changes on the Doane Tiger side. Jackson Hari into the game and Matt Hagedorn. A little bit of two bigger bodies in. Try to stop this York inside. Short J on the way. That's going to be no good. Larrabee going to come down with the rebound. Got to get York off balance here. Maybe push it on offense if you're Doane. Hari going to give it into Hagedorn. He's got a definite mismatch. He's got to use it. Hagedorn spins around it, puts up a short jumper. No good, too strong. Like to see Hagedorn go right to the rim instead of floating away with a defender almost a foot shorter than him. And Doane's going to get the charge. Great position there by Hagedorn. Hoskins just went straight up in the air and got called for it as a couple of York College Panthers coming into the game now.
Number 11, Jai Jackson.
King and Jackson into the game now. One player, as you look across this York College Panthers team at some of the points and bulk of everything last year, Eric Lanier not into the game yet so far. He had a huge game against the Tigers last year. Whitter's going to give it off to Hari. Hari trying to find Larrabee, but he is not getting the ball easily tonight here. Moxness drives left, dishes off to Hari. Hari, 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Moxness a little bit frustrated. He's going to just go ahead and take the short jumper, and that's no good. No rim, 3, 2. Hari puts it up, off the rim, no good. Opportunities slipping away for Doane. Long pass, and Larrabee smartly does not touch it. Looking back, what a performance from the Doane Tigers last week as they forced 27 turnovers with 19 steals so far in this game. Doane not almost giving away the ball here early on. Looks like they had about 4 turnovers here early on. A.D. Banks in the game now for York. York subbing guys in and out. Already have 9 players into the game as Doane brings in Winkler and Max Mason. Doane, as we talked a little bit in that Sterling game, much deeper than they were a year ago. Guys with some key playing minutes and some starters this year that are starting off on the benches. Larrabee's short jumper off the way, no good. Max Mason fighting down low. That looks like it should be Doane ball. And I agree with the ref. Doane basketball here. And Doane will get a fresh 20. Winkler, the community college transfer coming in. He's going to find Max Mason down low, who fumbles around with it. Jackson Hari, long range three-pointer on the way. Got it! Jackson Hari for 3. Doane Tiger lead 10-6. 14:36 left to go. First quarter, Crete, Nebraska. Thanks for sticking on with us on the Doane Sports Network. Winkler and Larrabee on top of the 2-3. York passing the ball pretty quickly, not letting it stick too long. Short jumper on the way. Off the back of the iron, no good. Barry sticking it right into that Doane Tiger defense. Just can't get him to fall right now as Hari's feeling it. Short jumper on the way, can't get it to go, and Hagedorn's going to get called for a push tonight. Hagedorn just went underneath the York College rebounder and just kind of slid the chair underneath him. He falls right on his back. Good thing he's okay. Banks and Barry handling the point guard duties, and Barry just blows right by Winkler. Winkler goes and steals it away. Great hustle by the young man. Winkler throws an in-air pass and just gets it off to Hagedorn. Larrabee, three-pointer on the way, far side, no good. Larrabee gets his own tip out. He'll reset the offense, fresh 20 for Doane. Larrabee gives it off to Mason, quickly tries to get to Hagedorn. There's a push down low. York's head coach Schuberg's not sure about that call. Sees how his defender was positioned there. Larrabee going to go out of the game now, which will bring in Skylar Kelly. Right now you got a Doane Tiger 5 with no starters on the floor at the moment. It's a great problem to have if you're a coach. Max Mason down low, reverse, good 2 points by Max Mason. Great move down low. York throwing it to the right-hand side, getting situated back on that 2-3. Banks, Barry, Jackson, all three on top, passing around, trying to get it into that middle. Three-pointer on the way, York. That'll be good. Jackson for three, puts that Doane Tiger lead back to three. Winkler up top, a little bit of troubles with his ball handling. He's gonna just get it off to Skylar Kelly, and Skylar Kelly's gonna walk with it. Size is gonna come back into the game for Hagedorn. Doane still trying to find their identity here early on in this 2020 season. Banks putting a couple moves on Kelly. Winkler coming over to help stop him in his tracks. Banks along the left-hand side. York passing along on top. Shot clock all the way down to 9. Doane playing pretty good defense here so far. Wide open. And now they're going to give it to Banks, and he did not have control of the ball. He just throws it out of bounds like he was going out for a shot. York applying some pressure here. Size, Winkler, and Kelly will try to get it across the timeline. Kelly, good defense. Now they just blow right past it. Winkler, Kelly. Kelly's three-pointer on the way. Off the mark. Max Mason, rebound. Oh, doesn't get it to go. Almost had it just blocked away at the last-hand second was Mason. And Kelly will go ahead and look at the basket. He's going to drive in, scoop with his right hand, and he's going to get two coming up. Kelly falls hard to the ground there. A little bit of awkward fall for sure, but he's going to get two.
Sixth team foul. 2 shots for number 15, Skylar Kelly.
Kelly hits the front of the rim, gets it to go in. Kelly coming out of Spokane, Washington, Utah Valley University. This is the junior. Playing some good minutes here for the Tigers early on in this season. Second shot on the way is good, and Oberhauser's going to come and replace Max Mason. A little bit of your bigger size lineup for the Tigers. One player you haven't seen, extremely lengthy, Fahad Tarjali, not in the game yet. Kelly providing a little bit of pressure there, but he slips and falls. As there's a travel, pretty easy call there. York can't handle it on offense. Doane needs to take advantage of these opportunities. York not getting into much rhythm offensively the last couple of possessions as Winkler quickly takes it around that right-hand side. Hesitates up just a little bit before giving to Size. Winkler back up top. Oberhauser, Winkler looking for it, doesn't get it at the basket. Hari hedges over, one dribble, nothing. Winkler, lofty three, no good. Barry will take it over. As York really struggling to find a lot of offense here in that 2-3 zone, and there's going to be a travel firsthand. Now into the game is Lanier. Lanier, 11:32 left in this first half, and he is just coming into the game now. Watch for him for some fireworks offensively, looking to provide a spark for York. Veteran for this Panther team. Oberhauser giving it up to Kelly. Kelly's second attempt on the way is off the mark. A little timid is Kelly on the three-pointers here this afternoon, trying to get a little bit of confidence here in his first couple of games for the Tigers. Panthers moving across up top, swinging around, trying to find a little bit of void in this Doane Tiger defense. Three-pointer on the way, long ranger, no good. Just kind of hung above that rim there. Doane making 13 threes the past game. Not quite the start that they've had before. Winkler, another three on the way. Got it! No rim at all for Winkler. Just as I say that, the Tigers hit a three-pointer. Maybe that needs to happen more often. Lanier with it, passing up top. Here goes Barry. He's drove in a lot of times, and he's going to get it to go now. Barry just blowing by defenders in some pretty easy buckets as he's pulled up for Jays most of the time, not going right to the basket. Size going to give it off to Oberhauser up top. Looking for Kelly, he's not going to get him. Size, corner, Winkler feeling it, three-pointer, you betcha! Winkler for three. Barry driving in, gets his two steps in, pass it out. York's going to answer back. 20-14, 9:55 left to go, first half. We'll take a quick break. Stick with us. You're listening to the Doane Sports Network. Okay. And we're back, 2014, Doane Tiger lead, 9:50 left to go, first half. Oberhauser trying to get the ball, and somebody's going to get called for a hold there, and that's going to be on York. A little bit of a bang-bang play as Oberhauser is trying to regain control of the ball. And already in this game, Doane's into the bonus with 7 fouls against York. Oberhauser on the way, gets that one to roll in. 1-on-1 the rest of the way, 9:45 left to go. That's a long time for Doane to rack up some points. Second one on the way is good. Big improvement the first couple of games that you've seen. Doane Tigers shooting very well from free throw range. They were at 86% last game, 100% at halftime. Great improvement from the year before. York down low, going to get an easy two there. That's White. Junior. Witters and Larrabee. Size needs to come back, get the ball here, and Witters is just going to get it taken away, and that's by A.B. Banks. On the foul, going to be against Larrabee. You got 3 York defenders there, 2 Doane ball handlers. Got to get somebody back, get it across the timeline. The ball is the program there. Down low, White, quick turnaround. He gets the go. Just like that, White's got 4 points in a matter of 20 seconds. Larrabee and Witters having a little bit of trouble here, getting it across the timeline. Size in the corner for 3. Fakes out Lanier, he's going to give it back to Larrabee. 15 on the shot clock. Size now going to take his time, and that's no good. Barry maneuvering his way down the lane. There's a bucket and one. York really hitting their stride here in the last 45 seconds, taking advantage of the Doane Tigers' mistakes. And just like that, this is all of a sudden a 2-point game with an opportunity to make it a 1-point game if they can make the layup or the free throw here. Winkler going to replace Witters. First shot up and the way is good. 1-point game here, 8:47. How quickly things can change in just 1 minute. Winkler, Larrivee, try to get it across. Winkler getting triple teamed here, and he gets a foul called. The Tree Burks cannot believe it. Almost falling onto the ground.
Second personal foul, team foul number 8.
Just like we said before, Doan going to head to the line to shoot 1-on-1 now.
The Tigers shooting 1-on-1.
Winkler up on the way for his first attempt, and it's good. Stretching that lead just to 2 now. Second one up on the way is good as well. Winkler providing some free buckets for the Tigers. Larrivee, Lanier, Winkler up on top. Lanier taking in. He's got about 3 people in his way. He doesn't care. He's going to try and take it in himself. Fighting for the basketball down low. There's Oberhauser and Lanier. I believe we're going to get a jump ball here as press announcer Cody Vance calls it off the bat. Lanier a little banged up down low. Possession now swaying the way of the Panthers. They'll get it back with 12 seconds left on that shot clock. Got to make quick work of it if you are York. Winder passing it back up top to Bonner. 10 seconds on the shot clock already. Banks, Winkler up top, getting into the heart of that defense. Strong body down low. They're going to call Oberhauser for the foul there. Haywood taking in. He will get fouled there.
Oberhauser's second personal foul. 15 foul. 2 shots. For number 0, DeMarta Haywood.
Haywood buries the first one. York just a season ago, 15-16 overall. Pretty good season in terms compared to the Tigers at 7 and 23. Doan's going to take a quick timeout. We will do the same. Stick with us. (24-22), 8:13 left to go here in our first half. York going to go to the line to shoot 2.
One shot for Haywood.
Excuse me, shooting just 1, trying to get a deficit cut to 1-point lead for the Tigers. Shot up on the way is good. York applying that pressure, trying to get Doan to turn the ball over. Tyler Sullivan now into the game. He's going to be thrusted into action and take over some of the point guard duties as he hands it off to Winkler. Winkler in trouble though. Solfin posted up, down low. Tarjali, the lefty, he's going to take it down low, take a couple dribbles to his left. He's got Winkler down low, switches to the right. There's 2 points for Farhad Tarjali. Nice move down low. Lanier and Banks up top. Pushing across, that looks like that should have been a travel. They're gonna give it to Doan on the jump ball. Banks looked like he just slipped. Foot right on its bottom. Still maintain control there. Not sure if there's a wet spot or what over there. Sullivan gets it into Winkler. Winkler drives right past Banks. Banks on the floor. Sullivan thought about the three, not going to take it. Farhad Tarjali back over to his left, gets it. I think they're going to call it on the ground. And with a push by on York. Interesting foul call there. Tarjali going to go to the line to shoot 1-on-1. Doan will take it any way they can. A little bit of a smirk there from McKeithen. Almost thought that he should have had an offensive.
In for York, returning number 24, Webster Simius.
Simius, the 6'8" senior, into the game now. Tarjali's first one on the way, and that doesn't look good from here. Sullivan fighting for the rebound. He'll get it and throw it off of York. Don't ball. Smart move there by Sullivan. Any way you can. He was in a bad position, got it off the foot of York defender. Tigers ball, 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Tarjali posting up down low. Larrabee wants to get it to him, doesn't like it though. Doan really struggling to get the ball in, and they'll just throw it up back to Winkler. Sullivan gets it. Tarjali up on the high post. He slings it on over and just threw it right into the hands of A.V. Banks. Not a great pass. Banks going to give it to Lanier. He walked right away with it. No call. York swinging it on over. Looked at the three-pointer, drove past. There's Tarjali down low, and he'll be called for the foul. I think they're actually going to call that on Moxness before it even got to Tarjali. They are going to get Ben.
Personal foul. 16 foul. Jackson at the line.
Doan creeping ever so close to that bonus now with 6 fouls. 7 minutes left to go. Now first shot is short.
Returning for York, number 3, Tyrese Berry.
Berry back in, the speedy point guard. Great defender on ball as well. Second shot up on the way, and that one's good. 2-point lead here for Doan, 26-24, 7:09 left. This first half is kind of strung on out as both teams have been in a little bit of foul trouble. Sullivan guarded by Lanier. Looking down low for Tarjali, not going to get it. York playing really high up on these guards on the outside, not letting him get the ball at all. And Tarjali throws it away, not a good pass at all. Larrabee, corner, Moxness, 3. You betcha, Moxness with 3. No better shot for no better time than right now. Doan a little bit stagnant on offense here as of late. Winkler, Sullivan up top, 2-3. Doan hasn't really shown any man-to-man here in the season yet. Could be due to the lack of size. Could be due to flow. You got so many active guards. And they're going to get Sullivan on there. Tried to box out Lanier. Lanier coming like a freight train. Sullivan can't handle him.
17 foul. 1-1. Number 4, Eric Lanier.
Lanier back to the line to shoot 1-on-1. Lanier step backs, fires, and that's on the way and good. 29-25. Now your lead for Doan. Second one on the way for Lanier, and that is also perfect. Doane Tiger lead now, trimmed down to 3 as Doane gets it into Winkler. Lanier, good defense stopping Winkler in his tracks. As York's trying to play a little bit of a junk here. Larrabee in the corner for 3, no good. Sullivan fighting for it. He's going to throw it off with York, and that time it doesn't work like he thought it would. Here comes Barry for York. Lanier over to the right-hand side. A little bit of a scrum for it there, and that's going to stay with York. 15 seconds left on our shot clock now. York playing pretty well. First game of the year. Early on last year, they played a lot of GPAC opponents. They went 3-1 against GPAC teams early on in the season, beating Doane, Mount Marty, and Midland. Some pretty good opponents. The GPAC always fully loaded as York gets it down low. 2 seconds left, and they get another easy field goal. Lower scoring game than anticipated. Offenses really not firing like they would. Winkler, short one on the way is good. Just drove right past his opponent. Three-point game, 5:07 left to go. Barry along that right side, getting a little bit of a hand bar on Winkler, getting some space, but he gets the short jumper to go. Barry's starting to find his rhythm offensively. A little bit slow start for him. Winkler, Sullivan, Larrabee. You know he's going to take it. Larrabee, 3 on the way, no good. Like to see Doane work it a little bit more on that offensive end. And Lanier's going to get to travel. A little bit too fancy for Eric. Hagedorn back in the game. He's going to replace Fuad Tarjali. Witter's going to come back in the game as well.
Also for Doane, number 5, Zach Witters. For York, number 15, Alan White.
Any game here early on in the season, you just try and fight and claw and get any win you can get. Especially in a year like 2020, you never know when your next game will come due to COVID-19. No games canceled yet so far. Fingers crossed, knocking on wood there. But you know that it's probably looming here in the distance. Larrabee fighting against Lanier, and he's going to get called for it.
York foul number 4, Eric Lanier, first personal foul, 10th team foul. 2 shots for number 3.
Larrabee going to go to the line to shoot 2 now as York has been pushed into that double bonus, 10 fouls. Larrabee on the way. That's good, stretching that ever so tight lead up to 2. Second one on the way is good. Jackson Hari now into the game. He's going to replace Moxness. Moxness really had a fiery start to his Doane Tiger start. Really firing from 3-point range, making a ton of baskets. A little bit slower here tonight. Monday night, juices aren't quite as flowing as they were last week. Hagedorn, no call at all, not even a block. Hagedorn was set for quite a while outside of the cylinder, and no call at all. Witter's struggling to get in. He gets it into Winkler. Winkler driving with his left, gets it off to Larrabee. Larrabee's going to stop, set up the offense a little bit, push everybody through. Larrabee trying to get it to Hagedorn up on the high post, no good. Larrabee fighting against A.V. Banks. A lot of action going on there. 13 already left here on the shot clock. Witters mishandles it. He's going to give it to Hari back in the corner. 7-6. Hari driving with the left. A little bit of an awkward shot. No good. Hagedorn fighting for it. York ball. What a sequence there. So close. Got so far away for the Tigers. Ball in the possession of the York College Panthers. 3:30 left to go. 33-32, tight game here in Crete. Work up top, they had A.V. Banks. Visitors swung it, probably a wide open 3-pointer. Barry off the Banks. Banks wanted it again. He's not going to get it. Now, short jumper on the way for York. Off the back iron. There's Banks to follow it up. 2 points. And there is York's first lead of the game. 34-33. How will Doane respond now, as they don't have that lead anymore? There's left-hand side, pushing people through. Wooders driving right, trying to get a screen from Hagedorn. He'll get it, rolling. Winker in the corner, no good. He tries to take a jumper, doesn't like it. And here goes York, slam-a-jam time, and there's a monster jam by York. Doane needs to stop the momentum as York has pressed this lead up to 3. 36-33, 2:37 left to go in this half. Let's see how Doane responds. (36-33) 2:37 left to go. For Doane, you want to at least get this game into halftime tied up. Don't want to give York any momentum, as this last 2 minutes has been a disaster for Doane offensively and defensively. Hari, corner, Larrabee's going to try and start it off. That's way off. Moxness with the rebound for 2. Great follow-up by Moxness. Barry and Jackson up top for York. York kind of spreading out, almost with like a 3-low look, as Hari's going to take it away. Hari, Larrabee, trailing through. Larrabee's going to get size. He doesn't want it though, and he's going to travel it. Was a little unsure where to go with the ball there. Did a little bit of happy feet there for the travel. Barry guarded by Larrabee, and Sizer playing a little bit of junk defense up top, trying to get it ball out of his hands, but there's a foul. Man, oh man.
Doane foul on 23, next size, first personal foul, 18 foul.
Doane pushing that foul up, foul total up to 8. York still sitting in 10, both teams gonna be in bonus. Doane will just get 2 shots when they go.
1-1 for number 3.
Tale of 2 games to this so far. That one's off the mark. Mox is going to get it. Tale of 2 games, because I say that Sterling, just an explosive start for the Doane Tiger offense. Defense was incredible, forcing 27 turnovers, double-digit steals, and Tigers just coming out a little lackluster here on a Monday night. Larrabee corner off to Max Mason. He's unsure what to do with that size. Back to Mason. Mason almost traveled there. Hari, and there goes York. Barry going to take it in against size, and they are going to call a block. Size just got there just about a half a second late, and that's all the difference to take. He was outside the cylinder, just going to have himself completely stopped in time for that to be called the other way.
2 shots for number 3, Tyrese Berry.
Berry's first shot on the way is good.
And Haywood returned for York.
Moxness, Hari, Winkler, Larrabee, and Mason all into the lineup now for Doane. Second one up on the way is good. York stretching their biggest lead of the game to this point by 3, 38-35. Just a minute 20 left for Doane to get something rolling before halftime. Hari going to go ahead and take a little bit of the point guard duties. Haven't seen him do that in his time as a Tiger player. Winkler tries to go up with it, never had possession. Lanier, Banks taking it in strong, and there's a foul on Mason. Doane just falling apart here.
Foul number 20, Banks Mason. First personal foul.
Frustration on the face of Coach McKeith and
2 shots for
instructing his players early on. First one up on the way is good. Doane, York, both into that double bonus now. Banks, second shot on the way, will rattle on home. Here comes Skylar Kelly into the game now. Hoping Kelly can provide a little bit of spark here with 1 minute left. Tigers get it into Winkler. And 1 minute falls off the clock. Moxness, three-pointer from the corner, rattles out, no good. A.V. Banks pushing the ball up the court. Ooh, he caught that just a little bit. Pretty lucky not to get travel called there, down low. And York just misses it. A little bit of a push there. Look from Moxness before York got the ball. Skylar Kelly, long-range three in motion, no good. And Max Mason is going to get called for the foul. Someone's got the fouling fever here this first half. Excuse me, they're going to get Moxness on that. That's the second one of the playing period. And Doane funneling into a little bit of foul trouble here before halftime. First one up on the way is going to be good. 6-point lead for York. Second shot on the way is going to be off the mark. Jackson Hari going to gather himself with a rebound. Doane, a little bit of a 5-second differential between game clock and shot clock. As Hari handles himself really well with the point guard duties at this point. Winkler and Larrabee, I think they're going to try and get this down as far as they can. If you're Doane, you don't want any more points coming from York. Max Mason looks at the three, long range, not really in rhythm, no good. And here goes York. 6, 5, 4. Banks, Berry takes it. Larrabee's just going to heave one, and it looked almost good from here. And it will fall. Doane, a little bit rusty here off that win against Sterling. York 41, Doane 35. We're going to go to halftime. Stick with us. We'll have our halftime stats, so we'll pass it along. Some halftime stats passed along to you here from the Haddock Center. Doan's leading scorer for the half is coming off the bench, Trey Winkler with 10. Falling close behind him is Ben Moxness with 8. For York, 2 players both with 8 points respectively, Haywood and Barry. York shooting 54% from the field. Doan only shooting 33% from the field. 3-point range not as glamorous as it was last game for the Tigers at 29%. York shooting 50%, but only 4 attempts for them. For a free throw percentage, York shooting 81% with Doan at 90%. Probably the biggest differential so far, points in the paint dominated by York at 20, Doan only with 10, and York gaining 13 points off of turnovers with Doan trailing with just 9. Doan looking to switch up their plan here coming into the second half. Make this one close. York sticks with the 6-point lead. We'll be back after a few minutes. Welcome back, second half action here, live from the Haddock Center, Crete, Nebraska. Tate Missouri behind the mic. York controlling the ball here, coming out of the second half. Doane looking to get things steered in the right direction. York swinging everything around top. Barry takes a peek at the rim, doesn't want to shoot it now. Now he'll go ahead and fire away, and he'll get that to rattle on out. Witters fighting for it, and that's going to be Doane basketball. Witters and Hoskin there getting a little tied up. Looking like it just barely slid off Hoskins' knee. And Larrabee's got time. He's going to go ahead and call. He tried to call timeout. That's going to be a 5-second call. Not what you were looking for coming out of halftime there. York passing it on in. Bonner's going to take over point guard duties for the moment. Barry, Hoskin, Bonner all whipping around up top, trying to get it inside, get that motion moving. Bonner going to take the three. No good. Big bodies down low. York's going to get the rebound and 2 points going for him. Doane's got to get this rebounding figured out. Another little bit undersized with the hustle. Not all the way there yet for the Tigers this season. Witters, Oberhauser. They get a screen. Oberhauser wide open. Couldn't get it to him. Larrabee drives left, gives it back to Oberhauser. He's going to take a step back to the three-point line, doesn't want it. Moxness will take it, and he'll cash it. Moxness, money from the three-point line. York moving around up top. Just trying to get down into a position where they can get it inside to Simius. A little bit of a shift over, ball on the ground. Larrabee had it for a moment, not going to get it there. Haywood backed out to Bonner. 3-2, Barry not in good position here, and that should be a shot clock violation. Great defensive position from Doane. Larrabee's going to go ahead and pass it in with Witters and Size, both in the backcourt. Witters will get the ball. Not easily, though. Witters got her by Bonner. He'll drive to the right, try and push Bonner on through with him. Witters gets a little bit of a hedge. He's going to go down low. Oberhauser, easy two for Oberhauser down low. And just like that, Doane within three. Bonner with the ball is going to get it off to Barry. Keys for Doane, just get the easy ones. You got Oberhauser down low. Don't have to make the threes like you did last game. It's not every game's gonna quite turn out to be the 13 3-point performance like against Sterling. Those are few and far between. York passing around. Again, that shot clock getting all the way down. Not sure if they know. 3, 2, 1. Barry's gonna barely get it off, and that's tipped away. Shot clock violation again. Larrabee wasn't quite sure if they're going to call violation or if they're going to let him play. He'll get the ball nonetheless. Larrabee driving left, got a wide open lane. There's two for Larrabee as he drives on through, and there's a timeout for Doane. That's the start you're looking for if you're Coach McKeithen. We'll take a short break, 17:20 left to go. Second half, stick with us. You're listening to the Doane Sports Network. 43-42. York still clinging to a 1-point lead here in the Haddock Center. 17:20 left to go. Second half. Bonner guarded by Witters up top. Witters and Larrabee both controlling the top of that 2-3. Doane still sticking in it for now. Size comes out, Hedges. Clear cross court, there's Moxness. The length of Moxness makes that 2-3 so difficult to get that ball corner to corner. Coach McKeith is on Oberhauser to come on out. Spread this 2-3 a little bit farther than usual. Quick trigger by York as Moxness is going to get the rebound. Larrabee not pushing it as much the second half to try to set up a little bit of offense. It's working pretty well the last couple of possessions. Larrabee drives right, gives out the Moxness. Three-pointer, no good. Size tips it away, isn't going to get the possession to go his way though. Bonner up top. York whipping it around. Very lucky to get that pass as York. Getting that shot clock all the way down. Barry quickly spins around on the inside, and they've got numbers. Don't you push it here, and it should be Doane basketball. Larrabee didn't quite see York defender Haywood coming right at him. It was almost, it's one of those situations you yell, but you're not quite sure if it's going to even help at that point. Witters drives left, hesitates ever so slightly, has Oberhauser down low, wide open, and there's going to be a kick away. They're going to put a fresh 20 on the shot clock. It was at 13. Still in the offense. Offense's possession. Moxness, three-pointer on the way. No good. The Size tries to hustle and get that. Still going to say York Panther ball. I'm not sure that was even going to be a three-pointer from Moxness here. That's a look from my angle that he had his foot on the line, which would have been good from the women's range, but not the men's. Witters pressuring up top. Hustling back to get to Lanier. Lanier almost thought about it because it looked like Larrabee was going to switch on over. Lanier in that corner being trapped a little bit. Quick passes here from York all across the three-point line. Down low, big body. Size tries to go and block it. And it looks like they're either going to call Size or Oberhauser on that one. It's going to be a monster slam. They're going to get Nick Size on that one. Don't really blame him for trying to get that foul there. Not really sure you wanted to end up on a poster somewhere in the York College locker room. First shot's off the mark. Second shot up on the way, and that one will rattle out. Moxness getting the rebound and getting off to Larrabee. They've got Witters streaking down the left-hand side. Witters hesitates a little bit. Size, three-pointer on the way, off the mark. Here goes York back the other way. Don't have opportunities. Three-pointer on the way for York. That'll be off the mark. And here goes the Tigers again. Oberhauser gets to the Larrabee, and he'll slow things up for this offense. Larrabee drives right back to his left. A little bit of fancy handling there. Witters back to Larrabee. He's going to put the quick trigger up. No good. Doane not shooting. Well, Size down low, goes up with it, and he'll get the foul call. Great work down low by Size. Young man isn't the tallest out there, but he sure plays like it.
Second personal foul, first team foul. Two shots for number 23, Nick Size.
Nick's first one up on the way is good. Evens it up at 43 all with just under 15 minutes left to go in this half.
Jai Jackson.
Second shot up on the way, buried by Nick Size. Doane regains that lead here early on in this second half. York coming across. They get into their offensive set pretty quickly, then tend to slow it up just a bit. I'm sure that zone Doesn't allow them to play as fast as they probably want to if they're a man. Lanier looked, fakes, drives instead, and that's going to be a travel. Larrabee and Witters and size in the backcourt. York going to go ahead and apply a little bit more pressure like they've been doing the whole game. Now they're going to junk Witters. You don't want to pick up the ball if you're Witters there. Great opportunity from Larrabee. Moxon, his three-pointer on the way. Oh, good again. And Size had the box out. Great position by Nick Size to catch. Hoskins in a bad position. He'll get the foul called against him.
Young Hoskins, third personal foul, second team foul, Trey Winkler in for Doan.
Winkler in for Dona as well as Hagedorn here.
For the Panthers, number 15, Alan White.
20 on the shot clock here as Winkler's going to take it out, get it off to Larrabee. Larrabee's going to get a screen from Hagedorn. Larrabee takes it in strong, no good. Hagedorn puts it back up for two. Hagedorn rebound and the two-pointer. Doan just trying to stop, and there's a travel. Great turnover there by Anthony Larrabee catching York ball. Excuse me, is catching York there in a bad position. A.V. Banks now into the game. Winkler trying to push off A.V. Banks right from the start just to get good position. Winkler will go into the backcourt to grab it. Winkler getting a screen from Moxis. A little bit of a moving screen there. Got to make sure you're set for Moxis. Winkler off the backboard. That's good. Trey Winkler for two. Doan getting a little momentum. You can feel it kind of brewing here. 5-point lead now. Winkler on Banks. Larrabee on Lanier. York moved it across, moving it back, and Banks calls his own number. Three-pointer way off the mark. Almost helps York though, right to a York player. As it looks like Max Mason's going to come into the game now for the Tigers. Moxon's out of the game now. Mox is getting into a little bit of foul trouble here. He's got 3 fouls. So they're going to switch him out, and Azhari is going to come in for Size. York inbounding the ball, fresh 20 left on the shot clock. Plenty of time to do anything if you're York. Down low, York's going to get the ball easy too. Inbound pass went right to a York player down low. That was cause for it to go, and there's a bad possession there. Oh, York's gonna be called a deflection there. If you're Doan, you gotta get this into the front court. Don't want to get called for 10 seconds here. Here goes Larrabee. Larrabee pushes the crotch. He gets across the timeline. Loses a little bit of his dribble. Gives it back to Max Mason to regain himself. Larrabee, short jumper on the way. Barely goes in. Wow. Lucky roll there for Larrabee. Doan pressing up a little bit. 12:48 left to go. Lanier calling his own number, trying to slice right through the front of that 2-3. Banks, three-pointer on the way. Hangs there for a minute, no good, and Hagedorn just slips it out of his hands. Coach Keithan telling his guys to pack it on in, just like that last possession. A little bit too easy, getting it right in the middle. And guess what just happened? There's another easy two. And Coach McKeithen extremely upset with his guys right now. That's going to be on Hagedorn. That's going to be his second one there. Doan sitting at 3 fouls as a team. York sitting at 2. First shot up on way is good. Second shot just rims out. And here comes Tiger. Winkler throwing over cross court to Larrabee. Max Mason sitting right there in the middle trying to get a screen to somebody. And there's just a bad pass by Larrabee. Throws it in the middle of two guys. No one was there. Doan, just the little things in this game that's making the huge, huge difference. Lanier driving. Looks like another easy two, and it gets blocked by Max Mason. Great play by him, Larrabee. Getting the ball, and now he's stuck a little bit as he gets it off to Mason. Mason gets it over to Winkler. Offense has got to calm themselves here a little bit as it gets tipped away, and that's off of York. Doan just seeming a little bit out of sorts here lately. Doan rotating a ton of guys in. There's only 3 guys on the bench that haven't played in this game, so a lot of different bodies. Pretty good rhythm there early on, but they've been switching guys in and out so far. It's hard to tell where's your best effectiveness. Thanks is going to be called there. Doan heads to Bellevue here next week as they go to the Bellevue Invitational there before they head on back to take on Manhattan State. Hagedorn, 3-pointer on the way, off the back iron. Hari getting the rebound. He's going to take it in himself off the backboard. That's good. Jackson Hari for 2. Doan back up 6. Weaving his way in. There's a charge. Hagedorn steps on in, takes the charge, and there's a bit of a Euro step there. Tough call there. If you're Tree Burks, he's trying to plead his case that there's a little bit of a step through, a little bit of a Euro step. Wasn't direct contact, but the ref saying that was plenty for him to see. Larrabee's going to go out of the game and get a quick breather before you see him come back into the game. Kelly fakes a cross-court pass as he gets it quickly into Hari. Hari gets it on back, and Winkler's going to set up the offense. 15 on the shot clock. Hagedorn up top. Winkler left all alone. Off the mark, no good. Man, that would have been a big one. Hari trying to get A.V. Banks in a bad position. Lanier left alone. He's going to drive in with his left hand. And another charge. Hagedorn, 2 in a row. He'll take it right in the chest. He's just putting himself in perfect position. Lanier's only in not much foul trouble there. Only 2 fouls there as we see a new body here for York coming into the game. Isaiah Abbott, Jr. from Charlotte, North Carolina, now making his debut of the game. Kelly Winkler getting on into the game. Winkler lofts it to Hari. Hari on that right-hand side gives it back to Winkler. Doan looking to get things settled off. There's been many times in this game you think they could blow it on open. Mason, 3-pointer on the way. You betcha, Max Mason, 3-pointer. And that'll cause York to call a timeout. Doan pressing that lead all the way up to 9, 10:50 left to go. Doan 55, York 46. We'll take a short break. Stick with us. You're listening to the Doan Sports Network. Doan 55, York 46 here, 10:50 left to go in the second half. What a change of pace. Doan has had a 20-3 run. 20-3 run here in the past 8:10 on the clock. That is impressive. York, on the other hand, 1 of 8 on their last field goals. Tale of two stories there going on. Doan with the momentum early on. Three-pointer on the way for York. No good. Hari can't box him out. York's going to get it. That's a travel. No call there. No call there, but York's going to get the ball back. York has not scored in the last 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Three-pointer on the way, lofty one, that's no good. Max Mason gathers the rebound. He has guys all the way down low. No foul called at all. Winkler has Hari. Hari gonna go for the slam, and he's got it! Jackson Hari rattles the rim. What a beautiful setup from Winkler. Saw it coming the whole time. York's got to find a little bit of offense here to stop this Doan Tiger. There it might be, and they will get the foul called. 3 of them coming for York. What a beautiful play by Winkler and Hari. Going up and getting it.
14 foul on Doan. At the line is number 11, Giant Jackson. 3 shots.
Again, that was a three-pointer. He's going to have 3 opportunities here. First one up on the way is good. There's another one for York. Second shot up on the way is good. And the third one, he completes the trifecta, gets 3 points back for York. Kelly gonna take it out for Winkler. He needs a little bit of help. Winkler finds a way, gets the ball in his hands. You know York's coming, gonna try and trap this out. Winkler just gets it away off to Hari. Kelly drives left, he's gonna take it on in himself. A little bit too short, and Kelly's gonna hustle back on defense. Oop. A little bit of a sidestep there, no three-pointer taken. Now he'll go and fire away. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Max Mason fighting for it down low, and Hari's gonna come away with it. Hari does not have numbers, might wanna hold up here. Hari looking for Hagedorn, he's not gonna get anything like he wants. Hagedorn up top, Winkler. Winkler, a little bit of a floater, no good. 8-point lead for the Tigers. Barry setting up a little bit of a play. Got to get York back on the right path. York passing around up top. Nothing coming easy. And I believe we're going to get a call on Kelly. Excuse me, they're going to get Hagedorn there with the first contact there. Hagedorn and Kelly going out of the game. In now is Oberhauser, Witters, Larrabee, Mason, and Hari on the floor for your Doan Tigers. York passing on top. Witters thought about the steal, going to go ahead and play it safe. 2-3 zone here for the Tigers. Lengthy bodies on the bottom of your 2-3 zone. Three-pointer on the way for York, no good. Witters rebounds, has a little bit of troubles with a slight trap, and they're gonna get a call there. Looks like the fouls are gonna sway to the side of York right now with 6 fouls. Sitting for the Panthers, 5 gonna be sitting for Doan right now. Witters off to Hari, and he's a little bit off balance, but that's enough of a push from York to be a foul.
First personal foul, team foul number 7. 1-1 for number 22, Jackson Hari.
Hari on the line now. as we just hit that 7 mark for fouls, 1-1 for Hari. As we have a little bit of troubles figuring out the foul total at the scores board right now, it should be 7-5 for York, and that looks like it's going to be Keon Hoskin. That's going to be his 4th personal. 8:27 left to go. Doane 57, York 49. As we're getting things figured out here at the scorers table. Hari sitting patiently. He's going to take his shot here at the 1-1. Hari and knocks that one home. 9-point advantage here for the Tigers. A little bit of noise coming from the York fans that made the travel from York here. About 9 or 10 of them making a fair share of noise with this pandemic. Not a lot of crowd noise from everybody in here. 3-pointer on the way for York. Buried. Buried by Barry, and that's going to pull that lead within 6 now. Witters and Larrabee. Not the great place if you want to try and get in the corner there. Is Witters fighting off his defender with his left hand. Oberhauser getting a foul, a little bit of a hedge there. Witters might have an advantage here. Witters taking aim with his left hand, fakes. Back, Hari looked at the 3, not going to take it. Hari back up to Larrabee. He'll take it. 3-pointer on the way, off the mark. Mason, just enough to get it back for the Tigers. Came in with his right hand trying to get it. Got it tipped away from York. Doane, a little bit of a brief hiatus from that 20-3 run. They haven't had any field goals here in the last 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Oberhauser giving it to Larrabee. Maybe setting up a little bit of a screen here for Oberhauser, and they do. Oberhauser looking, doesn't like it. Larrabee, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Witters, and they're going to get in for being on the out-of-bounds line. Little things coming up big here. As it's going to start to be crunch time here. It's about that 5-minute mark. Witters guarding up top with Larrabee on the top of that 2-3. York passing along the 3-point line. Barry calling his own number. 3-point on the way. No good. Rebound. Being scrummed around down low. And a turnaround jumper is going to be called for a foul. 2 shots coming up for Simius.
Number foul, number 4, Alec Oberhauser, 3rd personal foul. Team foul number 6, 2 shots. Number 24, Webster Simius.
Oberhauser's 3rd of the game. First shot up on the way is off the back iron, no good. Second one, no rim at all. Opportunities lost there for York. 58-52, 7:14 left to go. Witters getting his fair share of conditioning here tonight just to get the ball. They are really pressuring the point guards here tonight. Witters wheeling himself back around, trying to get around Moxis. Moxis will clear on through. Witters, money spot for Witters. There it is. Zach Witters from that high post, high elbow. He is lethal from that area. As Witters and Larrabee try to hustle up top, try to get a little bit of momentum steering their way. 2-3 zone here, still for the Tigers. York passing along, trying to find something to go for them. Short jumper on the way for York. Rims in and out. Moxness with the rebound. Witters controls the ball. Witters along that right side, almost wanted to go back for a heat check, and he will. Witters, you betcha! Zach Witters, do not get that man in that spot. Dome striking down low is York. That'll be Haywood. Came like a bolt of lightning right down the middle of the lane. He's going to go to the line to shoot two. Witters going to be called with that one. Hits his second one, and we are officially in bonus for both teams. First one up the way, and it is good. Haywood taking his time, fires away, and makes it. Dome 62, York 54, 6:09 left to go. Time for the best part of the game to get rolling here as Witters controls it against Lanier. He's going to try and get a screen here from Moxness. Just a little bit of a hedge is enough. Hari off to Moxness. Now they give it back to Larrabee. Larrabee switches over, gives it out to Oberhauser. His first three of the night. A little bit too strong as Lanier gets the rebound. He's going to push it up the court. And an in-air pass is going to go out of bounds into the hands of the Tigers. Max Mason now coming in from the Tigers. And Witters guarded by Berry up top. Witters and Larrabee. York really going to try and pressure that ball here coming up shortly to get some points off turnovers. Hari, three-pointer, you betcha! Hari enjoying himself a nice night. Another three-pointer. Lanier thought about it, but there's going to get an easy bucket down low for Webster Simius. Banks selling himself all out, try to get the steal. Hari, heat check on the way, no good. Berry riding Hari all the way down. He just throws up a prayer, no good. Doan's got numbers for the moment being as Berry gets on back. Doan gonna slow it on up. 4:42 left to go. Witters back over to Hari. He thought about it, and he will take it in, and it's off the back rim. Hari getting the looks he wants. Lanier, Moxness battling on, and Lanier will go to the line for two.
Doan fouls on number 3, Anthony Larrabee. Second personal foul, team foul number 8. Two shots for number 4, Eric Lanier.
Lanier will fire away at his first shot, and that'll be good. Winkler now into the game to replace Witters. And first one's up, and no good. It's going to rattle out for Lanier. 65-57, 4:25 left to go in the half. Larrabee and Banks tussling out up top. Here goes Larrabee. Left hand looking for Moxness. Didn't get quite the separation he was looking for. Larrabee, right hand side, taking it himself. He gets it blocked away by Simius, but Simius will get the call with the foul. A little bit too much body on that one.
York foul on 24, Webster Simius. Second personal foul, team foul number 8. Anthony Larrabee shooting 2.
First one's up and good. York's just shooting 2 of 12 for the last 12 field goals. Not the numbers if you're Tree Burks looking at that stat. Larrabee, second one on the way, is good. And we do have a full timeout by York. York tries to regain a little bit of composure, down 10, 4:12 left to go in this game. We'll take a break right with them. .412 left to go here in our contest, live from Haddock Center. 67-57, 10-point advantage here for the Tigers. See if they can hold on, get win number 2 of the season. A.V. Banks guarded by Larrabee up top. Winkler, Larrabee, Hari, Mason, and Moxness all on the court now. Pretty tall lineup for the Tigers. Lanier looks, drives left, he'll pull up for the short jumper, way off the mark. Moxness will get the rebound. Moxness gets it off to Larrabee. And Larrabee will cautiously bring it up the court. Larrabee gets a little bit of a screen from Moxness. Larrabee gonna pull up his own jumper. He's off the mark. Back and forth, not a lot of field goals going the way, and there goes York. Easy two-pointer down low. Great vision. Hari brings it up to court against Lanier. He'll get a screen from Moxness. A huge hedge from York there. And they're going to get a foul call on Simmies. And he might be getting close. And it's only his third personal. Hoskin going to come into the game now. Replace Lanier. Give him a short break before he probably comes in for these last couple of minutes. And that one's no good. Barry controlling it, give it off to Banks. Banks, Barry. And Hoskin all the way up top. Barry calling his number again, looks at it. Off the back of the rim, Banks tips it on back. Another possession for York. Man, they're getting really good passes down low, and that's going to be short. Doan defending down low. 2 points again for York, just like that. 6-point game here to go in our game. Larrabee getting some jarring to a little bit as he gets it off to Winkler, and York's going to be called for the foul there. That's Haywood. Haywood's third.
2 shots for number 24, Trey Winkler.
I think they're going to go to the line here. He'll get 2 shots. We're in double bonus. Winkler's first one, good. Sends it to a 7-point game. At least a 3-possession game at this point. And Winkler doesn't let the pressure get to him as he'll get the 8-point lead back. 2:43 left to go, 69-61. Ref instructing York that they can run across the baseline if they need to. Barry bringing it up the court for York. Going to get the winner of the Tiger logo, pick up the ball, give it off to A.V. Banks. Pass it down low. They are really getting a lot of good passes down low for York, just not getting all the opportunities they can get as Max Mason secures the ball, and we've got an injured York College Panther. We'll step aside for a moment. And it looks like Semis is going to be okay. Ref wiping up the floor a little bit from the excess sweat. Looks like Larrabee's going to take it out now. Larrabee lobs into Winkler. Ooh, dangerous pass there from Larrabee. Larrabee looks at Mason. He's got his chest wide open. There goes Mason. Mason off to Moxness. He's going to try and get... He was trying to get a little bit of a screen action there from Mason. Mason just grabbed the ball, and York, that tenacity on defense, kind of biting them at the moment as they're getting a lot of fouls called against them.
Shooting two, number 20, Max Mason.
Max's first shot on the way is good. Second shot on the way is good as well. Back to that 10-point lead, 2:08 left to go. Defense going to be coming up huge here. As you know, York's going to come firing away from the three-point range. Bonner bringing it up, getting off to A.V. Banks. Banks whipping it around, trying to get an opportunity for a three. Banks going to take his own, and that's a little bit too strong. Down low, York getting into their own, and they're going to get a block. Wow, oh wow. Haywood's going to get an opportunity for one more. Hagedorn couldn't quite pull off the trifecta from the charge perspective. He's already gotten two. Looked like he got pretty good position. Not sure if feet were in the cylinder, as he looked pretty safe. Just not going the way of the Tigers right now. Shot on the way for Haywood is good. Just like that, 7-point game here. 1:50 left to go. Trying to get it in to Winkler, and they're going to get another foul on York. If you're Doane, why are we not pulling another guy back, making it a little bit easier to inbound the ball? Give yourself a little more options when it comes to getting that ball in. Winkler goes to the line. He's going to shoot two now. And there goes Winkler. Stat popping up here. Doane, no field goals here in the last 3 minutes and 39 seconds. Really relying on the bonus to get him out of that situation. Here comes Sullivan in for Nick Size. And here we go, big time for the Tigers to come up and put this one to rest. Bonner and Lanier. Lanier taking initiative to give it off to Barry. Lofty three from Barry and gathered by Lanier. He's going to try and bully his way down low, and he gets a two to roll. Clock still rolling, 1:30 left to go. Going to give it off to Larrabee. 1:26, 7-point game. Barry and Larrabee got himself into a little bit of a sticky situation. He'll call timeout. We'll take a break and finish off this game live from the Haddock Center. You're listening to the Doane Sports Network. let's finish this non-conference game off between Doane and York. Close enough game for it to sway either way for these two teams. Sullivan gets the screen, he gets it on into Hagedorn. Hagedorn drops it off to Winkler. Winkler's going to head himself to the basket and gets it swatted away. And just like that, that's going to start up some of the York offense. One on the way, Mox is going to gain it. Slow it up if you're York here, or if you're Doane, excuse me. Sullivan controlling it at that side of the Doane offense, and Larrabee against Barry. No fouls being exchanged just yet because they know it's heading right to the free throw line for both teams. Larrabee takes it, 10 seconds left to go on that shot clock. Larrabee just throws it off. Not a good possession there for Doane. At least get some time. Give yourself an opportunity to score there. And in there, a one-handed pass. Under a minute. Not a good look.
Zach Witters in for Doane.
Witters is going to go ahead and replace Larrabee after that. And Max Mason as well is going to come into the game for Tyler Sullivan, bringing in a little bit of that lengthier lineup to finish off this game for the Tigers. Lanier passing the ball in. He's going to give it right to A.B. Banks, and Lanier right away goes to the basket. He won't get anything to go. Hagedorn, Winkler's in the corner, not a great place, and he'll get fouled. No time to take a deep breath just quite yet if you're Doane. Plenty of time. Both these teams who haven't shot particularly well here tonight. Winkler's going to go to the line here to shoot two. First one up on the way is good. That's the thing that really and truly has been a huge pro of this year, is the free throw shooting has been amazing. Second shot up on the way is good as well. Sullivan replacing Winkler. Winkler's provided a lot of depth tonight off the bench. He might be the leading scorer once they get those final stats. York's going to press on. Banks, they don't have time. Banks holding up the ball a little bit. Barry driving left. He's going to put up a short jumper. That's off the mark. Mason rebound, and you can smell victory if you're the Tigers. Here goes Hagedorn. He will not take the easy shot, and that's a big win for the Tigers. Tigers holding on today. That's a hard-fought win against the York College Panthers. Doane's going to win this game tonight from the Haddock Center, 75-66 over York. We will bring you those final stats from the Tigers W in just a bit. Wrapping up today's game live from the Haddock Center, Doane, leading scorer off the bench is indeed Trey Winkler, with Jackson Hari and Ben Moxness following with 11 each. For York, your leading scorer is Haywood with 19, followed by Barry with 11. Field goals for York, 35% compared to Doane's 37%. Pretty even across the board there for both teams. Three-point percentage, York not doing too hot, 15%, 26% for the Tigers. Free throw percentage, both teams did pretty well. Tigers going to go ahead and take that win there, 88% compared to 70% for the York College Panthers. Points in the paint, yet again, that size playing into York's advantage, 34 points compared to Doane's 22, and points off turnovers, Doane just narrowly leading that margin by 5 points. Doane got that largest lead up to 11, 10-16 in the second, and York was all the way up to 8 in that second half. Good win for the Doane Tigers here from the Haddock Center as they travel on to Bellevue. We'll be back here on the air live from the Haddock Center November 4th as the Tigers take on Manhattan Christian. Thanks again for tuning on to today's broadcast. This is Tate Mazur signing off.